Hey, what's going on? It's Zfarls again here. Hope you enjoyed our first video, and then you got your audible set up and you learned that base play, the 5-wide bunch. For our plays in this video, we're going to run over the Moss bomb, the fullback dive, the Randy Moss tight end wrinkle, and play action twin tight end I-form play. So if you haven't seen our first video, go check it out just to get the audible set up and learn the start of the running gun. But if you're all set, we'll teach you the rest of the plays right now. We're going to get into the offense. I hope you're enjoying it, and keep looking for more Madden Bible videos online, including our defensive video coming up. Alright, here we go. Let's do it. And this play you can do the most with, because if you call the fullback dive, audible to the fullback dive, you're going to have Dante Stallworth on the fullback dive, which is legal because he was a wide receiver, not a fullback. You're gonna make sure you put Gaffney in motion. See how he doesn't really have it spread out. See how if you wanted to call the toss here with Moss, you could, but see how he's got two guys on the end. You're not gonna be able to block them. So you're gonna give it to Dante Stallworth right up,
Flip it,
and make sure that you flip it. So you will put Gaffney in motion and hike it. And then you get Dante Stallworth for kids. I'm sure kids fullback dive you online all the time, and they get at least like 3-4 yards. This you'll pick up hopefully like 6 to 8. And if you call the toss with Moss, people will be expecting it. So when you do call the dive, they'll stick guys out on the edge, and the middle will be open for the Stallworth run. But you just gotta make sure you hike it when he's right where he's we're about to go in motion, and you'll be all set. The next audible,
go right too.
You can also go right with this play.
One thing that needs to be worth mentioning is that the Jacksonville Jaguars have one of the best defensive lines in the game, so while these plays don't really look like they're being extremely effective right away, a lot of people don't play with the Jaguars, so these plays are very effective. Especially
when you hit them with the Moss toss if they start to cram the middle. I mean, when Randy Moss gets out on the edge, people are going to try and stop that, and they're going to leave the middle open. And they'll think you're doing the Moss toss, but you're clear that you're going to be doing the dive when you see it's available. So make sure you flip it. Watch how he runs across the field, and then you'll have the toss wide open. And just get to the edge, and you'll be picking up yards all day. Alright, folks, so we're back in the 5 wide receiver bunch play, and we're going to audible to our next audible. I'll show you how to do that. It's X, and then you're going to call the halfback wheel.
Swing.
Halfback swing, excuse me. So you got the halfback swing. You're going to put Moss out in motion. If you notice, Moss is at the tight end position, which nobody is ready for. So you're going to make sure you send him on the wheel, which is hot route, Y, and then you want to push A and the right stick up. So Y, A, right stick up. This gives him a nice route on the sideline. See how the guy didn't follow him out to cover. And then you hike it and you throw it right away with a bullet pass. And since Moss is near the sideline, he goes up for the rocket catch. Works especially well. It's going to work even better for you if you're on the right hash. Just because he's even closer to the sideline.
one thing to note with this play is that Moss would have normally been covered by Rasheed Mathis, the number 1 cornerback, but he takes Gaffney over here on the left, rather than matching up on Moss. Moss would be covered by what would normally be a tight end.
So now that we've motioned Moss out to the right and put him on the wheel route, hit the right stick up on the hot route, you hike the play, you wait about 2 seconds, and bullet it. Make sure you hold it down. And see how Moss on the sideline, that activates the rocket catch, and he'll get up and get that and come down with it about 7, 8 out of 10 times, especially in the red zone, because he'll do the one-handed backwards catch for you. So definitely good for 20 yards. Try not to overuse it though. And then the other thing, if you call a new play, if you don't want to come out in the 5 wide, you can come out in this play, the halfback swing. But you got to make sure that you go to wide receiver rotate trips tight end, wide receiver rotate package. You call the halfback swing, which is this play that we just showed you in the audible. Moss isn't obviously going to be at the tight end anymore. He's going to be over at the X route, and this is one of those post routes that kids hit you with all the time, up over the middle. And this is how we hit it. You want to put Stallworth on a slant route, Y right, stick right. That'll put him over the middle and draw some attention away from Moss, but it doesn't even matter who, unless they totally manually triple cover Moss. They got to keep a guy literally all the way back. But Brady has the arm, and you just put Moss deep, and he's going to just come down with it for a touchdown every time. So let's explain that again real quick for you. You come out in the halfback swing, trips tight end, which is one of our audibles, but you just come out in it straight up so that Moss is at his regular receiver position. You're on the wide receiver rotate. You make sure you put Stallworth on a YY right stick as a safety valve. If they do cover Moss really, really deep, then you can just hit Stallworth right over the middle because he's going to get open. You make sure Watson's on an out route, YA right, and then you hike it. Here's that. Alright, so here's that play with success. You want to just take Brady to the left real quick so that the right end gets swallowed up when he tries to come in. You just want to wait on it. See how Moss will always break away from two guys. And then you really just need to air it out, and he'll just get under it and just score a touchdown for you. So hopefully it works for you. But just make sure that you get enough time, and if you don't get enough time, just hit Stallworth right across the middle. Because remember, we put him right across there, so it just has a quick safety option. Alright, our last play here that we like to run is under shotgun 4 wide receiver. You go in there, you just go on normal, halfback flare, flip it, call it. You're gonna push Y, X up, so you'll have both guys on the outside running goes. You'll have Henry across the middle, Chapman to the right. All these routes are good because when you're gonna motion Rudy Johnson, it's gonna take away the linebacker. So you'll have Henry will now get open on the slant. Johnson and Hushmanzada are burners, and Carson Palmer has enough throw power to reach him. And Chapman is always a good route because he's forgotten about, and Carson Palmer's just accurate enough to hit the out route every time. So that's the basis for this play, the flare. Alright, so you just throw Johnson in motion. If you want to hit him, you can, and then 15 goes across the middle there. And since the linebacker clears out originally because of Rudy Johnson, Henry's going to be able to get open across the middle a bunch of times. And that's just your first read. If you think the safeties are creeping up or they're blitzing, you have both guys on the outside running goes, and you just got to roll out and hit them. Also, if they're playing a zone, that Rudy Johnson route's going to be open all day. And now I'll show you how to hit the A route. Okay, great. Alright, so we got Perry going out to the left. If you don't look for him, A is going to get open on that route. 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 times. So that's kind of your second read. Obviously, Y over the middle is definitely a good read because the linebacker clearing out. But your second quick read should be just the out route because it's going to be there more than you think. And if not, just launch up to Johnson or just take off with a little bit faster quarterback than Palmer. And if the 5 wide bunch isn't working for you, the reason that this is a good base play to come out in is because of the dive. If you think that you're going to be diving in at all, like if it's 2nd and 1 and you know you just want to get the first down, if you come out in this play, you'll have a running back in the game. And obviously he's a grinder, so you'll be able to run the fullback dive a lot better and get that yard, you know. So that's definitely a good thing about it. People will come out against you and dime because you have 4 wide receivers. But since you do have that running back, he'll go to the dive position every time. And then you'll be able to do it with Henry and just get that extra yard if you need it. And he's going to be able to power over the type of defenders that are going to be playing against you. And then the next best thing about it is once they try and shut down Johnson, if they think you're diving it, if you keep coming out in this, you're going to have Chad Johnson on the outside with the ability to run the toss, just get outside and just pick up yards. Our next video, it's going to be all about the D-line glitch. You're going to want to come back for it, because here's a little prequel of what it is. Instant pressure, anytime, right at the snap. We know people do it to you. Only 3 guys rushing, getting in every time. We'll show you how to do it here on the Madden Bible.
Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side.